So, you lost a bunch of games, you lost your rank, you got your pitchfork ready and maybe some strongly worded letters, and you're ready to face off against Riot Games. The people who have cursed you with your League of Legends addiction, only to handpick 5 of the dumbest people imaginable and put them on your team. You, my friend, just might be in loser's queue. What is loser's queue? Is it a conspiracy by Riot Games to keep players lower rank? Is it a bad matchmaking system? Or is it perhaps just an expected outcome of a system plagued with variance? Personally, I choose to believe that this isn't some kind of a malicious plot by Riot Games to keep players at lower rank, because if it is, you're pretty much screwed. I mean, why are you not uninstalling the game at this point? And this thought process doesn't necessarily help either you or me reach our desired goals. So, without more evidence, I choose to not believe the conspiracies, mostly for my own mental sake. Some people like to look at League of Legends like chess. Different pieces equal different champions, they interact and ultimately decide a winning side. In reality, League is more like a poker game than it is a chess game, and I completely agree with the legendary player Dopa when he says that luck is a very big factor in winning games of League of Legends.
그리고 보면은 롤도 운이에요. 어? 너 킨드레드 하는데 상대 정글 킨드레드인데 아래 바이게 표식되는 거랑 위 바이게 표식되는 거랑 그거 운 아니라고 생각해? 주도권 있는 라인 정해져 있는데 탑 미드 봇 픽에서 용 뜨는 거 그거 다 운이야. 용 뜨는 것도 운인데 용으로 얻는 효과도 운이야. 게임을 하다 보면은 진짜 1티모미터 이속 5만 더 빨랐으면 이거 다 왔다. 근데 내가 먹은 게 하필이면 불룡이었어. 그럼 불룡보다 바람룡이 더 같이 있었던 거야. 그 말도 안 되는 그 미세한 거에서부터 모든 게 다 운이에요. 그 운을 바로 잡으려고, 그러니까 운의 요소를 줄이려고 실력을 키우는 건데 그래도 운이야.
So the biggest difference between a game of chess and a game of poker is the way that you actually win the game. In chess, a player who wins is going to be the player who played better in the match, whereas in poker, the way to win is to maximize your chance of winning. I will now give you an example to help you visualize what winning a game of chance actually means. Let's say we're playing a game, and in this game, no matter how good you are, you will never be able to win every single round because there are some factors that are outside of your control. Let's say that if you play perfectly, your chance to win is going to be no more than 60%. So we jump into a round and we lose. Okay, we go for another round. We play perfectly and we lose again. If we keep playing more and more games and we keep playing our best, eventually, we're going to get some wins as well. The idea is that as long as you keep performing and playing your best and playing enough games, your win rate is going to start reflecting your win chance. It might take 10 games, it might take 20, it might take 100 games, but after you play enough games, the difference between your chance to win and your win rate will become ridiculously small. And this is how to win a game of chance. So what I'm saying is, if you have aces, you can still lose to kings.
Flat calling, now I wish he did. Well, here's the flop. It needs a king. Oh my God! I can't believe it. It's unbelievable.
And I think this is a very important mindset to have when it comes to playing a game like League of Legends. And if you don't already think of the game in these terms of maximizing your win rate and then playing a large number of games, I think that adopting this mindset is going to save you a lot of mental anguish, and it's also probably going to make you a better player in the long run. So now that we've established that League is a game of maximizing chances and luck is a big factor, it is only natural that in a game like League of Legends, when you play it for a long time, you run into periods of incredibly bad luck. And this is what loser's queue actually is. To use a personal example, this is exactly what happened to me in the previous week. For Season 14 Split 1, the highest rank I've achieved has been Diamond 1, which is very close to my all-time peak rank of Master. And for the most of the split, I've been hanging around somewhere around Diamond 1, Diamond 2. If you were to tell me that in 1 week, I would drop from Diamond 1 to Emerald 1 because of bad luck, I would absolutely not believe you. But this is exactly what ended up happening. At the lowest point, I would have as little as a 25% win rate in the past 20 games, which coincidentally comes up to just slightly over the combined number of brain cells that my teammates had. I would get people straight up intentionally feed, go AFK, leave the game, trolls, you name it. I would also get games where people were filled to positions for the first time in their life, whereas the enemy team would have everybody playing their main role, which, if you ask me, is just a really bad matchmaking system. Every game I played, no matter how good or bad I played, I would have, on average, way worse teammates. I'm talking about zero impact junglers, people running around the map forcing unfavorable fights in order to outplay for not as much as a jungle camp, and if we were winning, well, 2v5 fight in the enemy base? Say less. Yeah, diamond players. And of course, when stuff like this happens, I start questioning my own abilities. How is it possible that I'm losing so much? It has to be my fault, right? I mean, suddenly out of nowhere, I can't seem to win a game, and I don't even know what I'm doing wrong. Did I just suddenly overnight forget how to play League of Legends? There's also a comforting thought that there is that one employee in Riot who just absolutely hates your guts, whose job it is to find some of the biggest animals in League of Legends and carefully, strategically place them on your team to make you lose every single game of League of Legends because they hate you, obviously.
An ally has been slain.
But delusion, even though comforting, is just a way to lead you to a sad and pathetic life. So I encourage you to stay away from this thought process. Unless you have some evidence, of course, in which case I strongly encourage you to make a YouTube video, and I'm pretty sure many other will be very thankful to you for exposing this disgusting practice from a greedy company. So what do you do if you find yourself in loser's queue? Nothing. That's it. Absolutely nothing. Don't blame yourself. Don't make any drastic changes. Also, don't prolong your loser's queue by tilt queuing and losing additional bunch of games. If you think you're playing good and you're playing within a system that you've built, a decision-making system that has already gotten you to the rank where you were before you started losing so many games and deranking, it is probably just bad luck. And I know it sucks. You're losing a bunch of progress. I've been there. I think everybody's been there. But you have to understand that this is just the nature of the game that we are playing. Remember, it is a game of maximizing chances to win. It isn't a game of winning when you're better than your opponents or if you're better than your teammates. And I also just find it very surreal right now that I'm playing in games where I can obviously tell that the players that I'm playing against and playing with are just way worse than me. And it also raises questions of how is it possible that I have gotten this unlucky. But this line of thinking leads you to absolutely nothing productive, and it even might lead you to developing some paranoid thoughts that could hold you back from progressing in the long run even more. So instead of wasting your time panicking and trying to rationalize everything, is it the Riot overlords, is it you being incredibly bad at the game all of a sudden, or is it just bad luck? I think you should just keep playing the game, stick to a improvement process, keep trying to improve every single game, and you will be fine. When the loser's queue stops for me, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna be back to my old rank within a week or two, and I'm also sure that for a majority of you this is also going to be the case. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in Emerald. Wow, that's something I didn't really expect that I was gonna say in Season 14, but I guess this climb to Grandmaster is way harder than I initially thought. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.